Good morning, Amir.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, so let's get
I
started.
know.
Here is with us. Good morning, Nolan. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you for
Everyone,
having
it sounds
us.
like everyone
Awesome.
had a great weekend.
Yeah.
Denise is here too. I cannot see her.
Who's that? Denise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, she doesn't have her video on.
Okay. All right.
Gotta get rid of this. Okay, let's get started, guys.
Did
So Karam had an open house that was pretty good. And this was a home bids open house?
Yes.
Okay, good. What do you tell them when they come in, Karam? When they come into your open house?
Well, regarding like, what do you mean what I told them?
When a buyer comes in, how do you handle that?
Well, I let them take a look at the property first, then they stop asking a question and start conversation, especially like the one we listing, it does have 2.97 interest rate. So I do
Oh,
explain to them how that's work, what the process, and yeah,
so it's an assumable.
yes.
Nice, nice. Those are nice.
It's assumable and then 2.97. So you couldn't probably the next 10 to 20 years, you couldn't get that interest rate.
You're never going to
How
get that interest rate again.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen again.
how much cash do they need to assume?
Yes.
Probably depends of the bidding it goes, but it's gonna be under 100,000.
Plus minus. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what what scripts do you guys need? I know Carlos did he was in the last couple of meetings, so he learned already a lot of scripts. Um
I do need help
Nolan,
with oh sorry.
yeah, Nolan, what do you need? Denise, what do you need? And Angel is here too, so
I like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, well, I pretty much need help with everything. Amir, we met up. I'm one of the newer agents. And I did host a couple open houses already, but I was pretty much on my own. So like right now that I heard you guys saying that you guys walk with the people that go in the open houses, like I didn't do that. I was just standing in the kitchen. I let them roam around the house, and then if they had any questions, I answered to the best of my ability. So I think just tips on how to be a better host during open houses would be very helpful.
okay. I can answer that. So I do not go with them throughout the house. I wouldn't recommend that because people don't like to be followed. Like if you're going to shop for the car, sales people following you, or if you're in the store, and then most likely ask, "Hey, may I help you?" And then you say, "No, no, I'm just looking," because you don't want to be followed. Now, what I do, so I um, introduce them. I stay in the kitchen most likely because there's a counter table there. And unless you have a furniture, and then I give them sign-in sheet. Please sign in here because a seller asked for the security reasons to everybody to sign in. And then most likely they sign with a fake number or name or whatever, right? Which at that point I don't care yet, right? And then I'll tell them, so feel free to walk around, go around the house. If you have any questions, I'm here in the kitchen. You can ask questions, and I do have a flyers information about the house. If it's a home bids open house, then I give them information about home bids bidding process. And they go around and they come. They cannot miss me because I'm right there between them and exit door, right? So, and then when they come back, I ask simple question: Are you looking for yourself or as an investment? So that's my question. Doesn't matter what the answer, myself or investment for my kids, whatever. So I tell them. So you have probably seen how many people are coming to this open house. We will have multiple offers, but I have something else for you. I have a list of unlisted properties. I call secret list of unlisted properties in this area. Would you be interested? And I shut up. ask the question, and I'm quiet. So now that's the easiest qualifying question to see if they're a real buyer, number one. Number two, if they have a realtor, right? Because very often they say, "Oh, I'm just looking," or "I have a realtor already," right? So if they say they interested or might be interested, then I put them different folder, which I call VIP folder, and I say this is for my VIP buyers only. Feel free to sign in here. Make sure you sign correctly, so if I cannot read your email, I cannot send you anything. And then, oh, by the way, do you have a realtor? And then if they say they do have a realtor, I'll take this folder binder and start closing it and say, I'm sorry, this is just for my clients. That is my VIP clients. We spend a lot of money and time to get this list. You should probably talk to your realtor if he or she has a list. And then you will see very quickly if they have a realtor for sure or not, right? And then you collecting this list on a VIP list. So this is your a list of leads. Sign-in sheet is not list of leads because there might be agents, might be people they are not looking to buy, might be neighbors. The people on your VIP folder, separate folder, is are your leads. And then your goal is to go to that list and to set up buyer's consultation right away, following week. So you wanted to fill up your calendar. You do open house the weekend, and you try to fill up your calendar following week with your buyer's consultation meetings. And when you go to a buyer's consultation, that's how you're going to convert them to be your buyer sign exclusive buyer's agreement, because you're going to bring your secret list to that meeting. Now, the main question is, I know Denise, what you want to ask me, how the heck to get a list, right? Because we cannot tell people, hey, we have a list, but if you don't have a list, we're lying, right? So never lie. So this list, which I call secret list of unlisted properties, it's not difficult to get. The easiest way is to get for sale by owners. They're selling already, but they are not on MLS, because I'm telling people we have a list of properties for sale, but not on MLS. And in any city right now, you have probably 20 to 30 for sale by owners. So you go to the list of 20 or 30, compare which one is not on MLS, because sometimes they list on MLS, and you compile your list. You want the list to be less than 10, ideally less than 5, but definitely less than 10 properties. Don't get a list of 55, 58, because then it's not secretive anymore, right? Because you want to say, hey, I have only 6 houses for sale in El Dorado Hills, or 2 in Davis. It just seems a little bit more secretive. Now, second step is you can get a list of expired listings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months expired, and call them and say, is your house still for sale? What is your make me move price? Oh, my house is not for sale. I know it's not for sale, but if I bring the offer today, what price would you accept to move next month? I want 1 million. Okay, then I write a list. This house is for sale for 1 million. Because keep in mind, so every house is for sale for right price. Every house. So, and then you compile the list of, few, 3 to 5, 6, and this is your secret list. And now you're using secret list to meet the clients and to convert the buyers to be your buyer. And what I tell buyer when you go to a buyer's broker agreement, buyer's consultation, I say, I'll bring my secret list. I cannot email it to you because a lot of people ask, can you email? No, I cannot. It's secret, right? So I have to bring you hard copy. And I'm bringing a hard copy. And then I'm bringing my buyer's broker agreement, and I'll explain to them. So this is first, you tell me what houses you're looking for, what location, what size, price, etc. So now, because you have something in your possession, which is a secret list of homes, people will give you all information. They will give you even social security number if you ask for social security number, if they are real buyers, right? So we don't need social security number, but I'm just saying hypothetically. So now we go there, but they will tell you everything. What location they're looking. They're looking for 3 bedrooms, minimum 600,000, 1,500 square feet, whatever, right? So now you have a list, and I will tell them. So let's say Denise, you my buyer's lead, right? And I will say, okay, so I have the secret list of homes. I'm getting updated list every 2 weeks. So I will definitely give you access to updated list every 2 weeks. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look what's on current on the market. I have a software which is called KV Core, and this KV Core software has built-in AI, which automatically will search for your houses based on your criteria. So we will do on the both sides. I'm gonna be looking off-market properties, and at the same time through KV Core, we're gonna look for on-market properties. Whenever you see interested house based on the pictures, description, etc., give me a call right away or text, and I will do detailed research for you, and then we schedule a showing for you. How does it sound?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds very, very promising.
But now, Denise, let me tell you, I'm getting paid only on commission. So, I wanted to tell you I'm going to be fully committed to you to
Mhm.
find your house. But I want you to be fully committed to me as well, right? So, and that's why I'm bringing this 3 months exclusive buyers agreement, meaning actually you commit to work with me for 3 months, and me and my team will work for you for 3 months. And after,
Okay.
if you don't find a house within 3 months, we can either let our agreement expire or sign another new 3 months agreement.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
that's how you.
sorry.
That's how
My son's
you
in the
have a system
background.
there.
Sorry,
You have
guys.
a system there. That's okay. So that's how you convert the buyer's leads. And then if you do this consistently, your business will explode.
Okay.
Your business will explode because the key is actually bringing the leads to your business on consistent basis, right? So now we need buyers and sellers, right? So of course you can for sellers is different approach. For sellers you do different approach. You go after for sale by owners, you do mailers, you do calling, etc. I know Angel did some callings and stuff, right?
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Does anybody else need help? I know Nolan was said something before.
Yeah, could you go over kind of your listing presentation? Like you have Amir's outrageous listing presentation, and there's like, I don't know, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5%.
Nolan, we're
No.
going to this Wednesday at noon. Amir is going
Okay.
to cover that at the office.
Tomorrow in the
Yeah,
office.
tomorrow,
Live
actually.
presentation.
Tomorrow at the office, 12 o'clock. We don't have time to do that here because it does get lengthy. I do have one thing, Amir, which is an objection, and you and I were talking about it yesterday. A woman I was approaching she was dealing for her uncle's property. And I think this is a good objection you should cover. She was saying, well, my uncle decided he moved to Texas with me, and we decided instead of selling the house, we're going to rent the house. And I like the objection that you had. Can you go over that? So I'm the woman. Yeah, we want to rent the house. We decided we're just going to rent it and keep it as a rental unit. And my uncle's going to live with me in Texas.
I know, Nick. So, but you live in Texas, right?
Yes.
So, have you rented a house before in California, or is this your first one?
No, I've never rented. No.
Shoot. Are you familiar with TPA, Tenant Protection Act?
Not really. No, I'm from Texas, so I don't know any of
I
the
know our
California.
government signed a TPA, so which gives tenants more rights than a landlord. So you should probably look into it a little bit. So because if the tenant stops paying the rent, you have to go to the eviction, and eviction can take up to 12 months. As a matter of fact, I actually evicted one of my tenant. I purchased the house on the courthouse steps. Took 7 months. And it would even take longer, but my attorney did catch the mistake for they had a fake lease agreement, and then we were able to get them within 7 months. Otherwise, it would take probably more than 12 months. And now imagine 12 months, there's no rent, no income, but you have to pay for utilities. You cannot turn the water off. You cannot. If you turn the water off, the tenants who are not paying for your rent would sue you.
Hmm.
If they don't pay electricity, the utility company will turn them off, right? So that's between them and utility. But you cannot turn the water off for sewer, right? I mean, you have to pay for that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you okay, of course, building the wealth is with renting the houses. But I always recommend probably it's much better to rent a house close to you. So what I would recommend, I don't know your financial situation and plan, but I would probably recommend trying to sell this one in California and do 1031 exchange to a house close to you in Texas. That would probably make more sense for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Because
When can we
people
meet?
don't think things through. They think, oh, I'll just rent it, instead of selling, I'll just rent it. But that could be a nightmare in itself,
Yeah.
especially if you're not here.
Yeah, so then you rely on the property management company. A lot of property management companies are not very, very good, and then of course the cost of that goes up as well.
What do you say if they lived in California, they were gonna sell? I ran across that. I called a expired. He said I took it off. I'm gonna rent now. Um,
Well, same. I mean, first question I ask, is this your first rental? And are you familiar with the rental laws? Because there's TPA, you can look it up, Tenant Protection Act. It's giving almost more more rights to the tenants than a landlord in California, and California is definitely not landlord preferred state, unlike Texas or Arizona or Nevada, right? So and then you want it whenever you're talking to the sellers, potential sellers, you want them to frustrate them with their own problems, right? For sale by owners, the same. Do you really want it to go through this yourself? Make sure all disclosures are filled out correctly, because then you can eventually get a lawsuit after the closing if you miss something on the foreclosures and stuff that you're frustrating them with their problem, and then you present the solution. Yeah.
Nolan has a question. He says, "Can you go over how to negotiate for highest and best price from the buyer's agent?"
For the buyer's agent, as a buyer agent.
As a buyer agent.
No. As a listing agent, you're trying to trying to squeeze the maximum price out of the buyer. How do you reach back out to the buyer? Like, especially after a home bids listing and they believe they're buying the house for 500, but we're like, can you actually do 530 or whatever?
Similar what we did with Atwell, right? So we got a highest bid at 680 or so,
Mhm.
and I reached out to top three bidders and said, "You the in top three bidders, so please submit the offer." But just for your information, you have option to submit a price on the whatever your highest bid is, or you have option to increase your price now. And then just to let you know, so this property was very hot. We got over 80 bids, and you in the top three bidders. Congratulations. And that's actually two of them decided to go from 680 to 730. One is 720, another is 730. So
Mhm.
you present facts, and you create competition, right?
Mhm.
Because if something is in high demand, everybody wants to get it, and people pay and overpay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the same with the listing with Angel did open house. Was listed for 1.2 million. Yeah, she had a cash buyer for 1.1, but I got the offer for 1.3. And
Mm.
they knew that's going to be a lot of competition. I told agents it's going to be whoever called. I said it's going to be a lot of competition in this house. Just make sure you submit your highest and best. And they did really strong offer, 1.3, 100,000 or so.
Dang it, Angel.
Wow.
Yeah, but Angel, man, and, it's funny now. So one of the realtor called me, who is getting a listing close to it. She's going to be listing for 1.2, and she said if she can get a contact of the agent who had a backup offer. So I send Angel's number. And Angel did send you her number, so feel free to call her. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
I'll
gonna
reach
list
out.
a
Thank
similar
you.
house for 1.2 million. Maybe you can put offer there. Yeah, just call the agent now, your potential buyers today, because tell them, hey, good news, I have one house from my secret list of homes. Is not listed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you present your value and your benefits to the clients, so they can get a committed to work with you. You're the only one who is offering secret list of homes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Before that, call the call the agent and get the address first. Yeah.
Hey Amir,
Yes.
you listed your listing at 1.2. How did you do a conventional listing and still get a 100,000 over asking? I guess I'm curious for how you generate that hype for your listing traditionally.
magic. No, it's the value was around 1.2 to 1.25. So we went a little bit under. Yeah, really realistically we could have listed 1.25, and I had a conversation with the clients. So let's go a little bit less. So 50,000 less, it's about whatever 4% less, not much in percentage. To generate multiple offers. As soon as we get two or more offers, you can use the multiple offer forms. Now you're in a multiple offer situation. Doesn't matter how big, how high the offers are, right? As long as you have two or more, you can create a multiple offer situation. Now you people know they have competition, and when somebody has competition, then you can bid up.
Thank you.
Yeah. You can use my protocol on ChatGPT how to calculate comps on the houses. They're pretty accurate. So have you? I think everybody was on my AI class, right? I don't know, Denise, were you on AI class or no?
Yes, I was in the AI class.
So I can send. I can put a recording here.
I think I sent the link to everybody. Did everybody get that?
Thank you, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it. Thank you.
Okay, done. Okay, good, good. All right. We have 4 more minutes. Anybody else needs help? Carlos.
I would like to find out when I call, I do my cold call. I give my pitch to an expired or for sale by owner. Rarely have I got a bite on the first interaction, but I would like kind of a guideline for following up. I know the goal is for an appointment, but when to follow up with them. There's a lot of, I know I've let miss from not following up and then not really knowing what to follow up with. One was a gentleman, he was going to move and he said, you know what, we're going to wait now till my son graduates. Another one said, hey, I'm going to rent and I want to follow up, just not sure where to go.
Yeah. So it really depends how the first conversation went, right? So like you said in the first example, gentleman who's looking to maybe sell after his son graduates. So graduation is in June, right? So follow up. Don't use follow up, but yeah, call him and then um, end of May and see, hey, did anything change? Are you still looking to, sell after the graduation? Now is a good time because it's already May and June. Don't miss the market because August is going to be already too late. And the best time to sell houses is before the new school year starts, right? Before August. That's the statistically looking the highest price, seasonal highest price. Okay. So whatever you talk and whenever you call the buyers and sellers, provide a value to them, right? So now you're telling them now it's the best time before the end of July, before August, before the next year school year starts. So you're giving them value and advising them what to do. Make sense?
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
if I may, Carlos, on what Amir was saying about the follow-up, if someone says, "Hey, call me back in 6 months," I would call them back in 3 or 4 months. Okay, because I'll tell you, 6 months they've already signed with another agent. Okay,
Yeah.
so call them a little bit earlier than the time they want you to call them. If they say call me in June, I'd call them in mid to late May.
Hmm.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 1 more minute. Anybody else? Otherwise, Nick will have a recording of this.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you guys tomorrow if you could make it to the office.
Tomorrow at noon, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mir. See you tomorrow.
Okay, guys, thank you for coming, and
Thank you.
we'll post this, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.